Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 6, Dhyana Yoga, verse number 31. We do verse 31 through 33 today. Sarvabhutasthitham yo mam bhajati ekatvam asthitah sarvatha vartamano api sa yogi mai vartate. So this is a Sanskrit verse and the translation. Such a yogi who engages in the worshipful service of the Supersoul, knowing that I and the Supersoul are one, remains always in me in all circumstances. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunaitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So welcome to all of you and thank you so much for joining. We are continuing with chapter 6, which is entitled Dhyana Yoga. Dhyan means meditation. And here the Supreme Lord Krishna is explaining how to recognize a dhyana yogi, what exactly does this yogi do, and what does this yogi want to achieve? What is the goal of life for the dhyana yogi? Now, today's verse that we read, 31, Krishna is stating that such a yogi, dhyana yogi, sees Krishna everywhere and everything in Krishna. So he actually is trying to see the super soul in the heart. So the Lord is in the heart of everyone, and he's known as super soul inside the heart. And he is the one who is giving us guidance from within. He is the one who is the controller, the sanctioner. So he wants to see the super soul who's within the heart, and that's why he meditates. But if a devotee of the Lord who sees the Lord everywhere in everyone, that person is the topmost. Now, this yogi, dhyana yogi, he just wants to think about, meditate about the Lord. But the one who wants to really connect with the Supreme Lord, that devotee engages in devotional service to the Lord. Now, talking about dhyana yogi who meditates on the super soul, the only goal is he wants to see the Lord within the heart. That's it. And when we read the summary of the Vedas, which is called Srimad Bhagavatam, you see the books at the back there. In that Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a reference that the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is within the heart, has a form. And what is that form? He has 4 arms, the Vishnu form. It's the Vishnu form, and even the size is given. So in my body, the size that I have, the height of my body, based on that, it's the size of the thumb. So the Supreme Lord within my heart is the size of my thumb. So that is how explanation is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam about the super soul. It's not just something that knowledge that is here and say. No, it is there in the Vedic scriptures, and everyone in this world are aware of the Vedas. Now, the yogi who is meditating on the Supreme Lord as super soul most probably doesn't have an idea why is he trying to see the super soul, and what does the super soul do within the heart? Now, when we'll come to the chapter number 15, we will hear Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sanivishto. This is a Sanskrit verse where Krishna says, I'm situated in everyone's heart as the super soul. Everyone, every living entity, doesn't matter whether it's human, animal, aquatic, insects, birds, it does not matter. He is situated in everyone's heart, and he's there to guide us and, of course, be the witness of all our activities. So if we remain in that consciousness all the time that there is a Supreme Lord, He's within my heart. He's watching everything that I'm doing. He has a supercomputer in which he records everything, all our actions. And based on our actions, we get our reactions. We learned this in chapter 3 and 5 about karma yoga. So if someone who is always conscious of this fact, who we are, that I'm the spirit soul, there is the super soul within the heart, I am, the one, he's the controller and I'm controlled. In that state of consciousness, one is always liberated. In Sanskrit, it's called mukti. They're already liberated. And what is the result of such a devotee who is in that state of consciousness is always in association with the Lord, always. It's not that we need to see the Lord face to face in front of us. No, we can experience within the heart because he's situated in the heart. And such a person is called a bhakti yogi. Bhakti means devotion, and yogi is the one who practices devotion. So he's bhakti yogi. And that bhakti yogi is on the highest stage of trance in yoga practice. You see, we learned in the earlier chapters of the Bhagavad Gita about the yoga ladder. So there is karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, ashtanga yoga, bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is right on top. It's the topmost rung of the yoga ladder. And bhakti means devotion. So the one who is practicing devotional service is on the highest rung of yoga ladder, and it is considered to be in the highest stage of trance. You see, from Bhagavad Gita we learn that the Supreme Lord Krishna, he's one, only one, but he's spread everywhere. He is pervading everywhere and he's in everyone's heart. Let's take an example. The sun, right? We see the sun every morning, unless, of course, it's cloudy. So the sun is only one. This is one sun. At least in this universe, only one sun. But the sunlight is spread everywhere. Now, if I am, say, I am in Atlanta right now, and I go outside and I see the sun, okay? There's only one sun. But someone who is maybe in, say, Florida also sees the sun. You see, it's just one sun, but everyone is able to see. Similarly, the Lord is in everyone's heart. He is only one, but he is spread everywhere. This is what the Bhagavad Gita is teaching us. Now, in the very next verse, number 32, excuse me, Krishna is telling Arjuna that he is a perfect yogi who, by comparison to his own self, sees the true quality of all beings in both their happiness and their distress, O Arjuna. So here's another piece of advice that Krishna is giving to Arjuna. Arjuna is the one who is hearing the Bhagavad Gita on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So he's talking about equal vision. That's what we need to have. If we discriminate, oh, I don't like this person, I like this person, I don't love this person is blah, blah, blah. And that. No, we need to see everyone with equal vision, and that requires a lot of patience, a lot of tolerance, because everybody is not going to do what we like them to do. They're not going to say things that we want them to say. Each one is individual. They have their own nature, and they know they just want to do what they want to do. But someone who has an equal vision sees everybody equally. It doesn't matter whether it's a human, animal, insect, not at all. Beautiful verses there in the Bhagavad Gita, which says, Vidya Vinaya Sampane, Brahmane Gavi Hastini, Shuni Cheva Swapakicha, Panditaha Samadarshina. Panditaha means a learned person. Who is a learned person? Who sees everyone equally. It doesn't matter whether it's a elevated human being called a brahmana or an elephant or a dog. It does not matter, you see. And what is the process to have this equal vision? Because it's not easy. We require practice. And if we have knowledge about equal vision as far as spirituality is concerned, and we put it into practice, then that leads to self-realization. It leads to someone who has that equal vision. You see, today, in this verse that we read in 32, he's talking about happiness and distress. So to have equal vision in distress is not easy, right? Sometimes we feel depressed, we feel distressed, we feel sad. And guess what? This happens when we start comparing ourselves to others. Remember the verse we read, 32? Krishna is talking about comparison. Comparison leads to distress. Oh, I have this, but my neighbor has more than I do. And then that makes us feel sad. You see, we need to understand whatever we have in our lives is based on our past karma. We are right now reaping fruits of our past actions, past karma. But what we do now is preparing our future. So why compare? Whatever we have is the blessing of the Lord. We have received what we deserve. You see, every action has a reaction. So based on our past actions, we are now having whatever distress or happiness it may be. But unfortunately, most people don't know the distress can be removed. One can become permanently happy just by remembering the Supreme Lord Krishna. Because we have forgotten our real identity. We've forgotten that I'm a spirit soul and not this body. We have forgotten that I'm supposed to be serving the Supreme Lord. He is the master. We've forgotten that this material world is not our permanent home. We are here only on lease, right? The apartment lease finishes, we have to leave the apartment. The lease of this body finishes, we have to leave this body. And go where? Our goal should be to go back to the spiritual world where there's no birth, no death, no disease, no old age. There's only permanent happiness. So we have forgotten our goal. We've forgotten our purpose. We've forgotten our master. We've forgotten our service that we are supposed to do. So this yogi, if the bhakti yogi who has an equal vision, understands that Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is the only enjoyer, and then performs devotional service without desiring any reward. You see, if I am, remembering the Lord and in return I want something from him, then that's a business deal. That's not love and devotion. If I'm trying to, oh Lord, I'm going to, chant for you. I'm going to offer you nice food. I'm going to do this. I'll go to the holy place and I'll meditate on you. But in return, you please give me this, this, and this. That is business. But a real devotee does not think of reward in mind. Then a person gets real happiness, not otherwise. You see, what is happening due to our past karma, due to our nature, due to our conditioning, based on wherever we have been brought up or in association, whoever it may be. Based on that, we operate. In chapter 14, we learn about three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. All three are not good enough. We need to go beyond goodness, which is pure goodness. So it is a conditioning. It is, maybe a miserable condition we are living in. We are acting in different modes. All these together combine, and that becomes our nature. See? So if we revive, see, it's there in the heart. Love and devotion for Krishna is there in the heart. All we need to do is revive it. When we revive it, then we start building relationship with Krishna. Now, who is the best bhakti yogi? I know this chapter is about dhyana yoga. Dhyana is meditation. But guess what? In this age that we are in, with all that is going on in our lives, there's so much, it could be job related, business related, family related, whatever it may be, whatever situation we may be in, there is a lot of stuff going on. You can say, it could be happiness, it could be distress, whatever it may be. Mostly it is more distress than happiness. Why? Because people in general, they want happiness, which is going to stay permanently, but they don't know where to find it. You see? And Bhagavad Gita teaches us where to find real happiness. But who is the best yogi? Best yogi is the bhakti yogi who does devotion. You see? Who performs devotional service. And the best service that one can do is to distribute this knowledge to others. Say I have a very severe headache and I have been really in pain for a long time. And then someone comes up and says, hey, here is a medication that is really going to, remove your headache. And I take that medicine and I'm cured. And I'm so happy because I don't have that distress of that severe headache. Now, if you find someone else who has that same kind of headache, then what should I do? I should share that medicine so that that other person also can get permanent relief. That is what Bhagavad Gita does. Bhagavad Gita's knowledge helps us to understand our real position, to understand what is my goal in life and how to achieve it, how to achieve permanent happiness. So when we see people around us are not really happy, then we should distribute this knowledge to them, invite them, make them understand the purpose of life, you see. That is a real yogi. Whereas the dhyana yogi is only interested in self. Dhyan yogi is doing dhyan, is meditating so that he can see the super soul within the heart, which is for self. Only interested in self, you see, not interested in helping others. Well, today's last verse that we are taking, number 33, is Arjuna said. So now the Lord was speaking and now Arjuna is speaking. Arjuna said, O Madhusudana. Madhusudana is another name of Krishna. The system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. How many of us agree? Mind is restless and unsteady. It jumps like a monkey from one branch to another. Right now, mind is thinking of this, then it's going to think of that. And then, so it's all over the place. It's so hard to control the mind. And so Arjuna is saying, well, in this chapter, you have explained to me about dhyana yoga. Dhyana yoga means meditation. There's a process for meditation. It's not that we can sit in a room or in a studio or, some place with friends and do meditation. No. Real meditation, according to Bhagavad Gita, is we need to go to a secluded place like a forest or mountains and be alone. Nobody with us, not even our cell phone, no iPad, nothing at all. Just go there, lead a simple life. And what is that? Sit erect, lay kusha grass. There's a special grass. Lay deer skin on it. Sit erect, half eyes open, half closed. Because if the eyes are fully closed, we can fall asleep. And if the eyes are fully open, we will get distracted by what's going on around us. Hopefully, in the secluded place, there's nothing, nobody, maybe just a few animals here and there. You see? And then that yogi has to concentrate on the tip of the nose with half eyes open. I tried, I got a headache because it's so hard to, keep looking at the tip of the nose. We can't look at it for more than a few minutes. That is dhyana yoga. And you have to keep sitting in that position for a very, very long time, not just for a few hours, but few days and few weeks and few months. then probably dhyana yogi will be able to see the super soul within the heart. But in this age that we are living in, Arjuna is putting the right question. You see, your mind is disturbed. It's almost impractical to do dhyana yoga. So, what should we do? Right? We need to practice yoga, but what kind of yoga? So, he's saying this dhyana yoga, which you're talking about, is impractical, not possible to really follow. It's unendurable. Why? Because mind is restless and it is unsteady. Then a question may arise, if dhyana yoga is impractical, why is Krishna giving it to us? There should be no chapter on dhyana yoga in Bhagavad Gita. Why is he giving knowledge about meditation? He is giving this knowledge so that we can uh, sharpen our intelligence and understand the difference between dhyana yoga and bhakti yoga. And he's also giving options. Just like when we go to the grocery store, we like options, whether it is cereal that we want to buy, or cheese, or milk, whatever we need to buy, we like options. Okay, different, maybe whole milk and less fat and no fat, different kinds of cheese, etc. Why? Because different people have different taste. They want different things. So even in our lives, there are people who like different forms of yoga. Some only want to do karma yoga, some only want to do dhyana yoga, but there are some who only want to do bhakti yoga. So he's giving us options because people have different goals in mind. They want to achieve a different goal. Not everybody has the same goal, right? So this dhyana yogi is only interested in seeing the super soul within the heart. But there are some who want to merge into the impersonal effulgence of the Lord. And there are some who want to really see the Supreme Lord face to face. Isn't there a saying, man is made in the image of God? Right? So if we have a body, obviously God also has a body because we are made in his image. But his body is different. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Vigraha means form. So the Supreme Lord, Parama Ishvara, Supreme Lord's form is transcendental. Ours is not. That's the difference. So ordinary people living in this age, it is very difficult for them to leave home, spouse, family, children, work, everything, and go to a secluded place. Why? Because there are responsibilities, right? So many people are struggling. And unfortunately, we don't even have long lives, right? I don't know what's the average age, 60, 70, 80 years, whatever it may be. But that doesn't mean everyone is going to die at that time. They could die at any time. So there's a lot of struggle, there are a lot of responsibilities, there's short duration of life. And unfortunately, people are not interested in self-realization. All they want to do is enjoy their senses. Now, here, Arjuna, he has understood that in this Kali Yuga, in the age in which we are, it is impossible to do dhyana yoga. Now, Arjuna was from a royal family, right? He was a prince. He had a very opulent life. He had all the facilities. And still, he thought that, okay, going to the forest and performing dhyana yoga, it is impractical. Why? Because the mind is restless and unsteady. Now, there is a way to control the mind. There is a way to make the mind steady. All it needs is proper engagement, right? Many times I've given this example. If, say, a child is busy eating dirt, right? Mud is in the backyard and is trying to eat dirt. How many of us have eaten dirt when we were little, especially in the rainy season? When the mud is wet, it smells so good. you know. So if the child is eating dirt and the mother says, stop it, stop it, stop it, is the child going to stop? No. But if the mother gives candy to the boy, to the child, immediately the child is going to leave the dirt and go for the candy. Why? Because candy has a higher taste. You see? So it is engaging the child in higher taste, giving an option of higher taste for the child. Same applies to our minds. It's restless and it is engaged in lower taste. But when we engage the mind in higher taste, then the mind becomes calm and composed. And that is what is the process in this age is called mantra meditation. Man means mind, tra means to free the mind from anxiety. That is the purpose of the mantra. So in this age, the medicine given to us, or you can say the higher taste that is given to us for the mind to control the mind is mantra meditation. And that way, one will be able to also not only control the mind, but when the mind gets controlled, the senses will automatically get controlled. Then the senses are not going to run here, there, everywhere for enjoyment. Because this meditation of chanting the mantra gives so much happiness and satisfaction that there'll be no need to run around looking for happiness. And guess what? This mantra helps us to get happiness which is permanent. It's not there, it's there today and it's not there tomorrow. No, it stays permanently. And that is the medicine that is recommended in this age for getting permanent happiness. Every class, what we do is we chant the mantra for a little time, maybe just uh, maybe 10 times we chant, so that we can start practicing. And if it's my humble request to all of you that if possible, please do this mantra meditation and you see the difference yourself. I've been chanting for 40 years now, and I find a huge difference. There's so much peace of mind. The happiness doesn't run away. It's not temporary. It is there all the time. So what we will do is, like after every session, we do a little bit of mantra meditation. So since Jamie and Jocelyn have come for the first time, I am posting these links for you. And towards the end, you will see the mantra that we are going to chant, which is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the mantra recommended for this age. So these are chanting beads. I'll just chant 10 times. And my humble suggestion is that you also please chant with me and you will see the difference. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So see, it's very, very simple, not difficult at all. And there are 108 beads in this, we call it a mala. And if we chant this mantra 108 times, it takes about 8 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes. We'll see the difference. So thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to end now. So if anyone has any questions or comments, you're very welcome to ask.